Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
YouTube, what's going on, boys? Today for the tap into why looks are everything. Let's get to it.
You work out strictly for appearance-based reasons, you are fat phobic.
It's okay to be weak.
Nobody cares about when you do that and there's like muscles there. Nobody cares about that. We don't want to see that.
It is okay to be fat.
Men are not meant to be dominant. Men are meant to be submissive.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yo, no. What did he just say?
About that. We don't want to see that.
It is okay to be fat.
Men are not meant to be dominant. Men are meant to be submissive.
Okay, just because you like it up the butt doesn't mean everybody is supposed to like it up the butt. I'm just keeping it real. I'm sorry.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just gonna be honest.
Your body to look a certain way, you don't care about health, you are fat.
If you are losing weight because you want to feel better, be in less pain, be healthier, all of these things, that's fat phobic.
So, intentional weight loss, so you purposely saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, is fat phobic.
Should I even ask why, like, how that makes sense? Like, what are you, like, what? Huh?
If you intentionally lose weight, that act of intentionally trying to make your body smaller is inherently fat.
You got me. Yep, secret's out. I have a fear of being fat. Matter of fact, I'm terrified.
You know, sometimes
Very terrified of being fat. Very.
it feels like certain people don't operate in reality. Because what if I told you your physical appearance is one of the most, if not the most important qualification in almost anything you do in life? Whether it's your social life, school life, work life, or even sport life, looking good will provide some sort of benefit. The brain automatically associates positive thoughts with people who are attractive. On average, attractive people earn 12 to 14% more than their peers. Attractive people are usually perceived as healthier and more intelligent. In social settings, attractive people are more likely to be approached and included. It's nuances like these that make networking so much easier. And if you know anything about networking, you know that's where most people find most of their opportunities. It's so easy for your brain to associate this idea that that pretty girl you saw who you've never talked to is this innocent, pure, kind person. Because how can she not be? She looks so beautiful, right?
Looks will deceive you, though. Just because somebody looks beautiful on the outside doesn't mean they're beautiful inside, bro. Plus, I don't even think we should describe attractive people as beautiful. You're just attractive. Because beautiful means you're like a good person and you're attractive, in my opinion. You got a beautiful soul.
And look, I'm not trying to say that being fit...
my fault. I forgot to do it. My fault. Yay, fat. Yay, fat. I don't know about that yet.
Inherently makes you attractive, or that overweight people are inherently ugly. But there have been numerous testimonies of people who lost weight, became fit, and worked on their looks, and then saw a complete 180 in the way that people treat them.
People are going to treat you differently because you're thin. People are actually nicer to me. I had this fear in my head that people were treating me poorly because I was big, and turns out it's true. I am actually ignored because I'm fat. I am actually not taken as seriously because I'm fat. I am actually passed over for things because I'm fat. I am actually been missing out on all sorts of things because I'm fat. This fear is true. And
it is. I'm not finna lie. I'm just keeping it real. Hold on. Yay, fat for sponsors. Yay, fat for partner. Okay. But just keep it real, right? I'm not finna lie. When you get fat, it ruins a lot of things for you, bro. I'm not finna lie. Yo, imagine if I was actually fat and I streamed, bro. Every single time y'all see a refrigerator or y'all see some food, oh, I know you're hungry, Big Cloud. Yo, why is your name Cloud? It should be Mega Cloud. It should be iCloud because you got so much storage in your bum. Your stomach. Like, that's not the life I want to live. I'm just keeping it real, bro. I don't want to be fat.
it has been getting my face rubbed in it for the last 6 months, because all of a sudden I can say the same shit I was saying before in the exact same way, and people are going, yeah, you're right, you're right. I could say the same jokes and people, they'd be like, that's funny. They're like, that's so funny, Chris. I'm used to getting on elevators. No one talks to me. I never get talked to on an elevator. And all of a sudden, why are you talking to me? People like you never talk to me, and you're talking to me, and I don't like it, because I'm the same person that I was before. I'm just thinner. And you're going to, you'll have already dealt with that. When you hit your goal weight, you will have already experienced all that. That won't suddenly hit you then. That hit you before.
And I want you guys to notice how he said, why are you talking to me? I'm still the same person.
Why are you talking to me? People like you never talk to me, and you're talking to me, and I don't like it because I'm the same person that I was before.
And look, I'm saying this is someone who was at one point overweight. I was literally a big kid growing up until I started doing sports. I'm gonna include my weight transformation at the end of the video if anyone wants to see it.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at this right now. Oh, he was chubby. He was chubby. Then he has his, of course, he has his abs. This nigga. Perfect smile. Chiseled jawline. Black, dark skin. Like, come on, bro. You just, you must get all the hoes, don't you?
But all I'm saying is just trust me when I say I'm speaking from experience. But see, what a lot of these overweight people do is they get mad at the world. They have this expectation that people should just love them for who they are. And look, in an ideal world, we'd all want that. But that's just not the reality of things. The reality is making yourself more attractive, becoming fit and healthy will make the world just a little bit kinder to you.
Skinny privilege and obesity bias is real. I have lost over 200 pounds in the last 3 years, so I have the perspective of both a person living in a large body and a person living in a smaller body. There is a huge difference in how people treat me. And no, I'm not limiting this statement to how men treat me, or even perfect strangers. I'm also talking about my own friends and family. People are kinder, more empathetic, they have more patience, they're more interested in me as a person in this body. People who were mean to me in my fat body are nice to me now, and I haven't changed. I hope that this video validates your feelings if you are overweight or if you struggle with your weight, if you just choose to exist in a larger body. You're not crazy, they were being mean to you, and you don't deserve that.
Again, I want you to take note of how
At the same time, though, that's just how humanity works, right? We as humans, we go back to genealogy and DNA or whatever. We as humans are more attracted to and more nicer to people who are more fitter to survive. When you're fat, you're not as fit to survive as a regular fit person. I'm not trying to be fat phobic or whatever or be rude by saying that. It's just the truth. If there was a meteor if there was a laser beam pointed at your cranium, right at your cranium right now, and you needed 5 seconds, you had 5 seconds to run 500 feet to that door before it hit you. If you're fat, you're finna die. I'm just keeping it real. But if you're fit, you're gonna succeed. And that might be a crazy comparison, but at the same time, that is survival instincts, bro. You're more fit to survive when you're fit than when you're fat. Saying that, people view people, we all, no matter whether you like women or men, you're attracted to both people. Reason why is because you're attracted to the friends you have, you're just not sexually attracted to them. When somebody's fat, they're less attractive because they're less fit to survive. You might like that person, but a part of your brain doesn't want to be around that person or be as nice to that person because they're not as fit to survive as you are. It's weird. It's like a DNA genealogy type of thing, but that's just how it is. So just keep that in mind.
she said she hasn't changed.
And I haven't changed.
Like I said before, with a lot of overweight people, it's a really big point for them that they're the same person inside. Brief intermission, I'm trying to get to 100K subs, so I'd appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe on this channel and on my reaction channel, 40 Shams Live. Also, join my Discord and follow me on Instagram. Love y'all. And see, this is where the division happens, because you have one group of overweight people who want to stay the same and try to force the world to love them for who they are. And then you have another group who acknowledge, yes, they're decent human beings. They deserve love and respect, but at the same time, they work to improve their health and appearance. Because it's not mutually exclusive. You can want to be loved and appreciated for who you are while simultaneously working to improve yourself.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've never gotten like terrible treatment from guys. I've always dated pretty successful guys since high school, my whole life pretty much. But the treatment that I was getting at 162 compared to 184 or whatever I am now, it's a difference. It's a big difference. Your girl was pulling multi-millionaires at 160 and they wasn't marrying me or nothing like that. But I was going on dates with them at least. You know, I was getting gifts on first dates. I mean, now they take me on cute dinners, they pay, of course, all that stuff. That's nice, but it's a difference. It's a difference of the type of guys that in your dating pool when you're at your best, when your weight is correct, when you're not chubby, compared to when you're not, at your best and you're a little thick, your back is a little wide. It's a difference, and I don't care what anyone says. I've lived it. I've lived both sides of it, being a size 4 to being a size 10.
And look, I don't think there's a correct weight that you can be, but I
said size 4 to size 10. Jeez Louise.
do know that as an individual, you know when you're getting closer to your best self. And we can't just skip over the stuff that she said about her dating pool. She said she was dating multi-millionaires with the S at the end. So she had multiple opportunities. Hey, for all the ladies out there, if you ever needed a reason to be be fit and try to look like your best self, there you have it. That's the reason right there. And I think the best example of how being attractive can improve your life is Jeremy Meeks. So back in 2014, Jeremy Meeks was arrested for possession of a gun and grand theft. After being arrested, the Stockton Police Department would post his mugshot on Facebook. And shortly after that, mugshot would go viral. Jeremy went viral all over the internet for how attractive he was. He had people putting money in his books and sending him fan mail. People were even
That's so crazy.
calling him Prison Bae. Jeremy would end up getting signed to a modeling agency while in prison. 2016, he gets out of jail and starts modeling. And
That's
yeah,
crazy.
he's dating a billionaire heiress. That's a billion, not a million. And yeah, he's dating a billionaire heiress.
But he went to prison for grand theft auto. He came out clapping the cheeks of a billionaire heiress. What are we talking about, bro? He literally went from the straight bottom, being a bottom in prison too, to being on top. It's crazy.
That's a billion, not a million, a billion. You know the one with the B? Yeah, that's what being attractive can do. Keep in mind, Jeremy is a convicted felon and an ex-Crip gang member. So they come from completely different worlds. And then fast forward a little while later, 2017, he's just casually modeling in the New York Fashion Week. And yeah, he's been featured on a bunch of movies too. Now you might be wondering, why am I showing you guys all this? I'm showing you all this because I want you to realize just how far being attractive, being fit can take you. And again, I'm not saying that being fit and being attractive are interchangeable, but they are very closely linked. And what some of you guys who aren't fit or attractive and aren't trying to achieve that don't realize is that
the cops who arrested him are mad as hell for show. I know they are.
It's hindering you in so many aspects of your life. Whether it's social, financial, romantic, being attractive is literally like a cheat code that makes all those things easier. Instead of being mad at the world and trying to force people to accept you, work towards improving yourself and grasping those opportunities. A perfect example of how sometimes overweight people can get mad at the world is this clip.
I'm gonna be really honest, there's a lot of really fat phobic people out there. Even in the queer community, I was a go-go dancer at a pride party, and
I knew she was gonna be big, but
even in the queer community, I was a
that caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
go-go dancer at a pride party, and the amount of money that I made versus the amount of money that the thin people made was not the same. Sometimes people don't even feel comfortable like putting the money in my underwear, but people are like really awkward with like, should I touch you? Should I? And I see them fully touching other people.
Y'all touching her, chat? Y'all touching her, bro? The zoom out is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They did her dirty. They did her absolutely disgusting with the zoom out, bro. Come on, bro.
So those are little
Plate cleaner badges is crazy. Chill.
reminders that people still have a lot of work to do around their fat phobia.
It's not fat phobia, bro. Yo, when there's a problem in the world, and you're on the wrong end of that problem, you need to fix yourself. If you can't fix yourself, you gotta be okay with you being a part of the problem, bro.
That's because, and I don't mean to be mean or be a jerk, thin people are closer to the beauty standard than overweight people. And you can't be mad at them for spending money on what they like. And to address the last part of what she said, I don't think it's fair to treat anyone differently because of their weight. And look, I know so far in this video, I've taken a pretty superficial stance. I've talked about all the things that being attractive can get you. But I need people to realize that outside of maybe not looking your best, there are actual real life health consequences to being overweight.
I watched my grandfather have a stroke and almost fall and break his neck, and my uncle caught him. Had 15 plus strokes, had to relearn how to read, walk, talk. He couldn't even read anymore. He could barely walk, he could barely talk, could barely feed himself, couldn't even cut his own food if he wanted to. And he died in his 60s and lived 10 miserable years in a wheelchair. And there's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair, before I add. My grandmother one time stepped on glass, the neuropathy so bad in her feet, she didn't feel the glass for months and had to spend 2 months in Medicaid-run wound care. That same
Wait, you said what?
10 miserable years in a wheelchair. And there's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair, before I add. My grandmother one time stepped on glass, the neuropathy so bad in her feet, she didn't feel the glass for months.
She didn't feel the glass for months? Months? That's how much fat she had on her feet? What are we talking about?
And had to spend 2 months in Medicaid-run wound care. That same grandmother is now going blind and can barely see, and they're doing everything they can to save her eyesight, but the type 2 diabetes is killing her eyes.
That's why.
She literally had to watch her family suffer from the consequences of being
See, diabetes, yo, being fat is not a good thing. Okay. Here's my thing with being fat. I've said it multiple times, but look. Being overweight is whatever. Being chubby is whatever. But being, like, when you're so chubby, you're so fat that it's affecting your health, you need to change. That's where we draw the line. I feel like that's acceptable. I feel like that's okay. That's a normal take. When you're so fat that it's like, you feel me, it's affecting your health, you gotta change.
Overweight. And I know it might seem like I'm being Captain Obvious here. I'm sure it's pretty common knowledge that being overweight or obese is unhealthy. But trust me, with this new fat acceptance movement, some of these people are becoming delusional. If you want to hear my thoughts on the fat acceptance movement, I went into detail in one of my older videos.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Wow.
Join me on my fat positive radio show, which didn't last long because she died.
I still think that video didn't get
That's the problem, bro. Y'all gotta be healthy.
the shine that it deserves, so if you guys want to check it out, it's still up. But see, these fat acceptance people are becoming so delusional that they're starting to refute medical facts. Now, I'm not saying doctors don't make mistakes or that they're 100% right all the time, but to try to have a back and forth with a medical professional, especially when it's about something that concerns your health, is wild.
I don't want to step on the scale at the doctor's. I say, oh, I don't want to be weighed today. I don't want to talk about my fatness at the doctor. I say, oh.
This is delusion, 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 delusion.
I'm not here to talk about my weight. I'm here to talk about fill in the blank, whatever the issue actually is.
When I don't want to pay my rent and my landlord gives me a call asking why I haven't paid the rent, I say, ooh, I'm actually not here to talk numbers today.
If they refuse to test me for certain things because of my fatness, I say I would like it noted in my chart that you are refusing to test me for X, Y, and Z.
Your weight is not the only factor in determining your health, and weight loss is not the only solution to your problems, but it wouldn't hurt, and it usually is a solution.
Oh, sounds like you are not up to date on the latest research about fat bodies. I highly recommend the Maintenance Phase podcast.
To all the medical professionals out there, hats off to you for going through all those years of medical school, training, continuing education, only to have ignorant, entitled idiots like this tell you to go educate yourselves by listening to a podcast.
And honestly, all the social
Delusion.
benefits and medical facts aside, being overweight isn't fun. You're not comfortable in your own body, feeling out of breath from doing a minimal physical activity, trying on clothes and the proportions being off and just not looking right on you, lacking the confidence to even try certain clothes. That just doesn't sound like a fun way to live. And now for anyone who's motivated by this video to start their fitness journey, I want to let you know that that doesn't mean you become a gym rat overnight. Matter of fact, I think like 60 to 70% of being fit is your diet. So let's say you're not comfortable going to the gym because you're overweight right now. Do those at-home workouts and try to put a decent amount of effort into eating right. Weight loss is all about calories in versus calories out. So try to have meals that are protein dense because they tend to be more filling. And even if you are having healthy meals, don't overeat, because unless you're bulking, that 5,000 calorie protein packed meal is still gonna make you fat.
Ever date someone that was overweight? No.
Would I date somebody that's overweight? Probably not.
How overweight? No, probably not.
Can I ask why?
Mostly because I put so much work into myself, and if I don't see that being replicated in them, I'm just not interested.
I would. I don't know why you would not date someone for how they look. That's just me.
The last 3 guys have said they would not date someone that was overweight.
That surprises me.
One of them was your brother.
That doesn't surprise me.
How do you feel about that?
He has a girlfriend. So,
But how somebody's
Huh?
body reflects a lot of their habits and their lifestyle and their mindset about things, and so I feel like you can gauge a lot
That is true. Very true.
from a person just straight off the bat.
See, most fit people don't hate overweight people. It's more that fit people are attracted to the habits, the lifestyle, and the discipline that it takes other fit people to stay fit, because that shows a level of self-respect, work ethic, consistency, dedication, and above all, self-love. How can you claim to love yourself if you're not taking care of your own body and keeping up with your looks and attractiveness? And you gotta realize, I don't think I've ever seen a person sad after completing their weight loss journey. They all end up looking like this.
This is my wake-up call. 8.5 months later,
Fire.
75 pounds down.
Now, you're not gonna sit here and lie to me and say you don't see that glow in her eyes.
Cloud, would you date a fat person for 10K? Okay, let's break it down real quick. See, look, if I date a fat person, right? She got to be the right type of fat. She got to have more butt than like stomach. Still fat, but whatever, right? Even if you do got a lot of stomach, this is the routine we finna get on, bro. We finna go on this gym routine, bro. We both finna lock into the gym. We're holding each other accountable, aka I'm holding you accountable to every single day. We're going to the gym every single day. We're doing that treadmill. We're doing the squats. We're doing the deadlift. We're doing all of the exercises, bro. Make sure we get the diet right. I ain't gonna lie. Pure proteins, pure water, pure greens, no chips, no candy, no snacks. We're getting that weight down, baby. That's what we're finna do. We're cutting.
That is a changed woman. Now, for the group of people out there who make overweight people feel uncomfortable at the gym, this is all I gotta say. And for my overweight, self-conscious gym goers, I hope this video gives you some peace of mind. If you made it this far,
Glad she in the gym though, but by the way, if y'all wanted to see Shams when he was fat, he looked like a regular Nigerian fat guy. Yeah, I was kind of fat when I was a kid too. Had some boobies. I ain't gonna lie.